So this is part two of the sander show, and you can see I've got 3 sanders set up. I showed the one in the center there. Well, went over and what makes good, what makes bad. But there's also just why you pick a machine to do something. So this is my little sort of machine sanding area, and I've showed you the Wadkin JY bobbin sander. Here's an Oliver bicycle sander is what they were called, bottom scroll sander. So the bottom scroll sander was used for, was a number of manufacturers that made them. And the whole purpose of these was to sand pierce carvings. And so there is no support. The blade just rolls over the top of a stylus, and those could have a flat platened or a curved platened, and they were generally for pierce carvings, gingerbread work. There are better manufacturers than Oliver did, and so it's sort of a rare. And it's in the era of, the screaming chicken badges and whatnot. Now, I've modified it all with the brass work, connections, greasing oil cups were made, and stuff like that. Everything rebuilt. And the Oliver scroll sander, this one might be 40s. Okay. I'll show you. It runs a 12-foot belt. So what you can see is it comes up around the motor, up over here, over top of that stylus, back around and back around the motor. There's a bunch of adjusting mechanisms there. And you can see you can run different wide belts and all kinds of different little configurations. This allows you to sand inside of a hole which has no entry. So the Oliver bottom scroll sander is, I might add, brought to you by Gil. Now, Gil has become a very cool friend of mine. He's from Ohio. I'll tag him here. And this is what he brought me. Isn't this friggin' cool? I'm sending Gil some special wishes for his family during a meaningful time. So that's who comes to you today. So now, obviously, the 12-foot belt is very beneficial because it takes a lot longer to wear the material out, which means it can run slower, which means it can, sand without burning. And so, you can sand to the inside of a corner. I've wrapped these with a thing, and this one's pretty loose right now. So I'll turn it on and I'll show you how it runs. Okay, so it's 3-phase, so that was the rotary phase. I'll run it with the door open, right? Oh, and look. That's one of the problems with the Oliver. See, it's running there. It was a little loose, and so you can see I've left the Allen key in it. Let me tighten it and I'll start again. Okay, so that's all it was. These belts are they're not super tight, and that's all it was. The arrangement could be made better. I increased its ability with bronze bushings and stuff like that. This was a very knackered machine. I had to remachine bore holes and change the bearings. It was road hard and put away wet, but we don't see much Oliver up here, so we'll start it up. There you go. So all this thing does here is tilt, and you can lock it on that shaft, and it provides tension and traction, grips it. It stretches the belt. So it kind of needs adjustments. Table does not tilt, but as I say, you you can sand the inside of a box, and it's, you know, it's slow enough that you're not going to hurt yourself or anything like that. Delicate sander. This isn't a heavy removing sander. But as I say, you can sand to the inside corner of a box. You know, so that's the Oliver. What is it? The Oliver 190D. Screaming Chicken badge. So that is just one more option at the sanding center. So you can come over and, these are considered precision sanders. And this, the Engelbert 10-inch wide waterfall sander. Precision ground plate. That machine, I love it. It can lay down. I'll show you that one next. But this one was for the Oliver D, 190D, bottom scroll sander.